Good morning and welcome to Friday, July the 3rd. Hopefully, you've been to the store and bought all your stuff for the cookouts and everything else you're going to do tomorrow on the 4th of July. Today's devotion on this Friday is a new story for work. We're staying in the work zone here. 1 Corinthians 10:31. So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. The Christian storyline works beautifully to make sense of things and even to help us appreciate the truth embedded in stories that clearly come from another worldview. The Christian storyline or worldview is creation, plan, fall, problem, redemption, and restoration, solution. So there's a plan, then there's a problem, and then thankfully there's a solution. The whole world is good. God made the world, and everything in it was good. There are no intrinsically evil parts of the world. Nothing is evil in its origin. As Tolkien explained about his arch villain in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, in the beginning, even Sauron was not so. You can find this creational good in anything. The whole world is fallen. There is no aspect of the world affected by sin more or less than any other. For example, are emotion and passions untrustworthy and reason infallible? Is the physical bad and the spiritual good? Is the day to day world profane but religious observances good? None of these are true. But non Christian storylines must adopt some variations of these in order to villainize and even demonize some created thing instead of sin. The whole world is going to be redeemed. Jesus is going to redeem spirit and body, reason and emotion, people and nature. There is no part of reality for which there is no hope. And that's an incredibly encouraging line there at the end. There is no part of reality for which there is no hope. And when we throw ourselves into that picture that we're part of reality, at least I think I am, there's hope. There's hope for me, for my choices, for what I do. Again, we're still in the work subject here. And just to know that in the doing my best to do what the Lord's called me to, there's hope in that. Now, I'm not perfect. I'd be the first one to say that. I don't always get it right. My perspective can be much different from others and vice versa. But it's all about what we do and how we do it, whether it's church stuff or whether it's on the job stuff or whether it's relationships with our family, whatever the case may be. We're supposed to do our best at any of those things, and in the end, there, just as it started off here, the Christian storyline or worldview is creation was the plan. Adam and Eve's fall created a problem, and redemption and restoration was God's solution in all of that. So when we're doing something and we're not 100% sure of what's what, we can be confident that the Lord's got our back. I think just thinking through that picture of him having the redemption and restoration, the solution, I think of when we're kids and we're trying to learn something to make with our hands or to whatever the case may be. We're trying to learn, ride a bicycle, any of those kinds of things. And we're not getting it right. We realize we've got a problem because we're not getting it right. But then we've got a parent or two, hopefully, who will come alongside of us and help us fix the problem. And that's what God does. The biggest, the biggest fix of problem of eternity is that he sent his son to die for us. He loved us so much. He looked down at all of the messed up stuff that was going on, and he realized that we realized we were without hope and without him. And so he sends his son to redeem us, and redeeming us goes right along with bringing us home, restoring us back to relationship with him, and back into that part of where the whole world was good. And I mean, I don't know that we're taking very good care of the world, all the fires that are going on, all the dried out areas, all the pollution and things of that nature that are out there because we aren't taking as good a care of this earth as the Lord would intend us to. But when it's all said and done, He will restore it back to its original good, really good. And so it's important that we keep those things in mind because we can get frustrated. We can't get ourselves to a place where we think we've messed up so badly that it's past being able to be fixed and all that kind of thing. And what we need to meditate on and come back to is that our God has the resolution. He has the solution to what needs to be done to put us back on the right track, much like the prodigal son got back on the right track. He wasn't there yet until he gets home, and his dad brings him in, puts the robe on, get the ring, kill the fatted calf, poor fatted calf. And of course, on the other end of that was a brother who just loathed the fact that his brother was getting everything restored back to him. And so he doesn't have the solution at all. He just is cry. He's just a crybaby about, well, you never did that for me. I mean, that's how I imagine his attitude being. And but eventually, the whole world, last paragraph, the whole world is going to be redeemed. It's all going to be restored. God already has the solution on the drawing board, and we can trust Him in that, and we can be at peace knowing we'll be part of that. That's the new story for work that we clock out when we get to heaven and get to join the people from every tribe, tongue, people, and nation, and and do it for eternity. That'll be the fix. We won't be able to mess up anymore. We will get it right, hopefully, there in heaven, especially in that heavenly choir and who they're aiming their worship at, all of those things. It's a glorious picture, and it's an incredible strengthening for our hope as to who we are, what we're doing, where we're going, how it all ends up. So we've made it to Friday. It's going to be one more hot day today. Yesterday, I drove out real quick. I need to get some things at the grocery store, and while I'm driving out, there's two people jogging down the sidewalk, sun shining on them, right by the road where I mean the pavement makes it even hotter. And I looked real quickly at what my car dashboard said the temperature was outside. It's 91 degrees, and they're jogging. And I'm thinking, wow, more power to you. And then not very far behind them was a couple, and they had probably been running, but they were now kind of walking not so fast. And I felt bad for the lady. There was a guy and a lady, and you could tell she was sucking it in. She wasn't able. It looked like I thought he needs to get her somewhere. She needs help, and it was just weird for me. I don't. I've never been a jogger. Even in high school, we'd go down the football field and run the track 4 times to get a mile in, and I never ran at all. I I ran some, and then I walked some, ran some, walked some, and so I kind of felt for her, and sucking her air in there the way she was going looked like she was having a problem. But I came back that way, and no bodies were laying anywhere. So anyway, that's our new story for work that gives us hope. And whatever we do it all as unto the all for the glory of God. That was those were Paul's words to a church that was arguing over meats, foods sacrificed to idols. Some in the church thought you can't eat that. That's been cursed now. That's all evil. And others had no problem with it at all. And his answer to that disagreement, that's why he says, so whether you eat or drink, I can see his hand as he's dictating this. I can see his hand waving like I've had it with that Corinthian church. So whether you eat or drink, whatever you do it all for the glory of God. That is an incredible thing to remember. That's a very brief verse there in that passage. And I think that should be typed up and put on a refrigerator. Although I don't know if I have any room left on the refrigerator. Do it all for the glory of God. Not for yourself, for the glory of God. Let's live every day like that for His glory and for His kingdom to come.